Lately, I've been thinking a lot about the idea that entire white-collar industries, like accounting, legal work, marketing, even software engineering, could vanish in just a few short years. Not in 2050, not even in 2030, but by 2027. And what really unsettles me is that this warning isn't coming from doomsday bloggers or media hype. It's coming from the very researchers and engineers building the AI systems that are pushing us toward that reality. If they're even halfway right, then millions of careers are on the brink, and hardly anyone seems prepared for what's next. I came across an interview with Shoto Douglas, a researcher at Anthropic, and his words were blunt. He didn't just suggest disruption, he predicted it outright. According to him, most white-collar jobs are already automatable with today's models. There's no need for a huge breakthrough. The tools are here. The only thing missing is broader integration, and that's coming fast. To make sense of it, I think about how Shanghai transformed economically in just 2 decades. That scale of change is now poised to hit globally, but in a fraction of the time. And instead of bulldozers and scaffolding, it's automation handling emails, writing code, doing data analysis, creating presentations, even making strategic decisions. That's the new labor force forming right before our eyes. It's surreal. It's urgent. And the crazy part is, we're not talking about science fiction anymore. We're talking about the next 2 or 3 years. This is the real future of work. The thing that makes white-collar work so ripe for automation isn't just that AI is getting smarter, it's also that the nature of these jobs makes them incredibly compatible with current AI systems. Unlike robotics or fields like experimental biology, which require physical interaction with the real world, white-collar tasks happen on screens. They involve manipulating data, generating language, making predictions. All of that is well within the wheelhouse of today's large language models. The data is already there. The processes are digital, and the cost of experimenting and scaling is minimal compared to real-world applications. I've been realizing more and more that the core algorithms we already have today are powerful enough to take over a huge portion of repetitive, cognitive work. We don't need to wait for artificial general intelligence or some far-off tech leap. Everything's already here. It's just a matter of connecting the dots. I see it like a table full of Lego pieces. The pieces are ready, and the companies that figure out how to snap them together first are going to pull way ahead. The financial incentive is just too big to ignore. There's no reason to slow down. Any job that can be broken into repeatable steps, tracked, modeled, and optimized is already in danger. And the warning signs aren't subtle anymore. They're glowing in bold neon. Think about it like this. Say there's a white-collar task that takes a human 3 hours to complete. If an AI system can do that same task in seconds and do it for a fraction of the cost, there's no boardroom on Earth that won't consider that trade-off. And the idea isn't just theory. Look at what's already happening. Microsoft recently laid off about 3% of its entire workforce, thousands of employees. Many of those were software engineers. Some of them even helped develop the AI tools now replacing their roles. It's a brutally ironic twist. Build the machine that replaces you. This ripple effect doesn't feel theoretical anymore. It's already happening. At first, it hits software engineers, but now I see it spreading fast. It's moving into roles like analysts, marketers, consultants, HR professionals, legal teams, and finance departments. Basically, if you spend your day behind a screen managing information, solving problems, or making decisions, you're in the path of this shift. And let's be honest, these AI systems don't need sleep, sick days, lunch breaks, or health insurance. They just run. They scale. They learn, and once one company sees the productivity boost and cost savings, everyone else will follow. It's not because companies are heartless, it's just survival. In this economy, the businesses that adapt fastest are the ones that make it. I don't see this as a gentle transition. It's a domino collapse, and those first few pieces have already tipped over. Even jobs that feel safe, like middle management, project leads, customer service, are starting to feel the squeeze. If a task can be broken into steps, predicted, measured, or repeated, AI can probably be trained to do it. And here's the brutal truth I've had to face. Efficiency doesn't care about experience, loyalty, or how long I've been in the role. It only cares about outcomes. On one hand, these tools are amazing. They could create abundance, fix broken healthcare systems, transform education, and accelerate breakthroughs in science and medicine. But to unlock all that good, we need serious work in robotics, automated labs, and real infrastructure that connects the digital world to the physical one. That takes time, funding, and vision. And while we're still figuring that out, the low-hanging fruit, the jobs that can vanish with a few lines of code, are already disappearing right in front of us. So what happens to all the people caught in the middle? Millions have spent years, even decades, building careers based on knowledge work. People who spent their lives becoming experts in finance, law, design, or software development. What do they do when the rules of the game suddenly change? And for those just starting out, the ones still in school or early in their careers, what are they supposed to aim for? That's the big problem. The transition is coming whether anyone likes it or not, but the systems designed to help people prepare, education, training programs, public policy, are miles behind. There's very little time left to reskill or reorient, and the longer it takes to acknowledge this shift, the harder it will hit when it arrives. The best case scenario right now? Learn the tools, use them. Get familiar with AI and what it can do, not just for curiosity's sake, but because staying ahead might be the only buffer against irrelevance. These tools are rapidly becoming the standard, and people who know how to use them will be far more valuable than those still working the old way. Still, even that has its limits. Getting familiar with AI might not save every job, but at least it prevents being blindsided. And maybe that's the best that can be done in such a fast-moving storm. There's another question that keeps coming up. If all these jobs disappear, who's left to buy the products and services these companies are offering? If automation makes labor redundant, how does capitalism keep functioning? It's a valid concern, but history shows that markets rarely stop just because they hit a paradox. The profit incentive continues pushing forward even if the broader system starts to strain. That's why I think this whole transition could turn chaotic fast. Tech companies aren't really thinking about how the economy might break down in 5 or 10 years. They're focused on immediate results, more productivity, lower expenses, better margins. So if replacing an entire team of analysts with a single AI tool saves money, that's exactly what they'll do. And once one company does it, the rest will scramble to keep up or risk falling behind. But I don't think AI itself is the villain here. These tools aren't good or bad, they're neutral. It's how we use them, and especially how fast we adopt them, that causes the real disruption. Right now, that speed is outpacing our ability to adapt. This is the AI future no one is ready for. Not governments, not institutions, and not most of the people whose jobs are on the line. But it's not too late to wake up and start preparing. The path forward is filled with uncertainty, but ignoring it won't make it go away. If this resonated or sparked any thoughts, don't forget to leave a comment. It's more important than ever to talk about these changes together. And for anyone wanting to stay ahead of the curve as AI continues to reshape everything, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. There's a lot more coming.